Alright. Hi, my name is Reese, and I'm an activity facilitator at Code 7. I've been going here for about 2 years now. I started off doing work experience, and then Asher offered me a job here to record and do rough mixes for people here that attend. Done over 100 recordings probably, done loads, and today I'm here to show you how to make a beat, or the fundamentals of making a beat, and why you should use these fundamentals. One in particular, but one of them that I'm going to be using today in the project is Logic. And Logic is only based on Macs, so iMacs, MacBook Pros, MacBook Airs, you can't get on any Windows or any other type of laptops. This is what I started off using, so to me it's a bit easy because obviously this is what I've grown using, so I've come to grips with the, what would you say, the fundamentals of the software and what happens and what goes on in it. So first I'm going to start off with one of the most important things, and that's going to be the BPM. When you use a BPM, this BPM stands for beats per minute, and beats per minute is basically how many beats or how many 4 beats play into a character. So a character being how many 4 bars in each part of the song. So for example, this BPM, if I play it out loud, where's the click? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 clicks that are implemented in each 4 bars that carry on through the song. So the beats per minute highlights that, so you know how many clicks can fit into one 4 bar or 1 bar of the song. And obviously this is 1 bar, but I'm talking about 4 bars as in these lines here, as you can see where marker 1 is. So this is the first line, that's 1 bar, that's 2 bar, that's 3 bar, and that's 4 bar. And if I zoom out, you can see that that's how it starts off. But anyway, yeah, beat per minute is the best way to start off, because that's how you're gonna start to create a beat. If you have a melody, normally when you have a melody, you look at what type of tempo, what type of genre it is, and then normally genres have a specific tempo, so you go with that. But anyways, on to the next fundamental. I would say the next fundamental would be to have the right settings on, where is it? The right settings onto your audio interface. So if you're making a beat on Logic, you go to File, and then you can go New or New from Template, but I choose New. And then when you go on New, it comes out of this page here, and this page is basically how you're going to start off your beat. So software instruments, Then when you go on software instruments, default patch is normally the first one you would use because that's how you find your melody. So this is done by, if you have a keyboard connected, then as a MIDI device, then it would be much easier, but I don't have my keyboard connected at the moment. So a good way to do it if you don't have a keyboard is to go on show keyboard, and then you can play like this. But I find that hard because you have to tap on the mouse pad instead of like playing it in. Or the other way is to use the letters. So yeah, just a little something like that. So the beat I prepared, so that's how I found the key. And then Z and X, that's, you can lower and higher the octave. Octave is the pitch of, or the tone of the key. So it's the same key, it's just in a higher pitch or lower pitch. So for example, if I turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. Same if I turn it up. Same key, just a different pitch. But anyways, what I do is I sample a lot of my beats. So I'd find maybe an inspiration. So for example, I would use just a normal piano. A good piano I use is the, if I can find it, Yamaha Great Piano. It's just a normal like piano to play chords into, and then later on you can change the chords. A trap beat that I'm gonna show you today is a kind of, what would I call it? I would call it a Gunna, Lil Baby, American type of vibe. So the guitar, I played it through on FL. So the good thing with Logic is you can use different DAWs. So say you made an instrument setting on Logic, you can then use that and implement it into another DAW by bouncing it down and exporting it onto another project. So sometimes I use FL because I feel like FL can make better sounds than on Logic. So I'll do that, and I came up with this. Let me solo it so you lot can hear it. So the effect that I used on that guitar, I used the ring shifter, and that sort of like phases it through each headphone. So there's an effect as it's going around you. So it might start in your left ear, go to your right, and keep going back and forth. And that's what I like to do in the beginning of my beats. It builds up like, not tension, but like, what would I say? Like, I don't know, it just builds a vibe. So it gets people ready for when the beat drops. Also, I add a filter, so it takes off all the high ends and leaves the low ends. So when the beat drops, it pops more and it just bangs more. Channel EQ. So this is how you would structure the like equalizer levels of your guitar or piano or whatever instrument you want to use. So for example, this is started off at different hertz. That's what it's measured in, highest is 20 hertz, lowest is, highest is 20,000 hertz, lowest is 20 hertz. So mine is quite high because of the ring shifter. I didn't want the beat not to match throughout, so that's why mine's quite high. But anyways, the next thing I implemented is, this is my tag. So when you start making beats, you might want like something people can recognize you with. So when they hear a certain phrase or maybe a certain noise, they know, oh, that's a whoever beat. So here's my tag. Mute that.
HD is a sticky one still.
Yeah, it's just something simple. Next thing I did was a piano. It's just to lay out as a second counter melody for the main guitar. It's not that loud because obviously I want the guitar to be the main thing heard. So yeah, that's how it came through. Obviously with these type of trap beats you need a 808, and this is a 808 called Posty that I use. It's a very generic, but I've cut off some of the low ends so it's not as extended. It's more like one shot, which means when you hit it, it just carries on once. It doesn't extend, like doesn't echo, leaves it hanging. So here's the drum beat. Drag it on a bit. Alright, so that sounds simple, just sound chill. Next thing I have, next on my list, is kicks. These kicks I implemented from FL as well.
It's a sticky one still.
It's just something to lay out the drums when I'm playing through. So altogether, how the thing starts, so how it plays from where I've up to showed you.